So guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the Ian West Network. And let me just say this before we start this video. I appreciate all the people that commented in the last video about Some Ordinary Gamer. For the ones that understood what I was saying and understood that it was a valid criticism, not to attack a person, but just to show the lack of integrity or how people tend to sell you a product but then do the opposite themselves, you understood the point that I was making. And for the people that did attack me, I appreciate the attacks too, because believe it or not, I actually found my faith through YouTube. I started watching a lot of church stuff again, other people, Bible study, things like that. And I'm a firm believer that our test in life is to stay away from the negativity and the people that bring negativity. Now, if that video offended some people, that's a you problem. I didn't mean it that way, of course. It was just to show that you can lose everything fast and quickly. We've seen YouTube stories of people doing the opposite of what they preach, and it destroyed their entire livelihood. I'm not saying it's going to happen to Mutahar. To be honest with you, Some Ordinary Gamer, I like his content, especially the anti-consumer stuff where he talks about what companies do. I love what Louis Rossman does, where he's an actual advocate for this, and he goes to court hearings and things like that for the right to repair. We do need these type of people in this world. But when someone does something, it wasn't to get views or garner anything. To be honest with you, I didn't think I was going to get any more than 5 views. I just happened to click on my YouTube studio and see that I got 1.8, and I was not expecting the responses that I got. But it is what it is. It's the internet. When you speak out loud, some people agree, some people disagree, some people directly attack you. Now, the comment that you see on a thumbnail is an actual comment that someone left. And I didn't put their screen name on purpose, obviously, because it's not to expose them who they are. It's just to show that some people, even if they feel like you have a valid point, just don't like you because you speak against something that they don't like. I'm a firm believer that if I preach something, if I tell you about a product, if I give information wrong, or if I do something that is questionable, I should be challenged. That's happened on my channel on a regular basis. That just comes with the territory. As a matter of fact, as a YouTube tech reviewer, there were people that actually attacked my channel and tried to downvote it and did things simply because I spoke about Apple products or Samsung products in a negative light when they did something that I personally didn't like, or if they did something that is anti-consumer or they raised the price for a product. I just speak about things, right? And I guess it's really up to the people to interpret it the way that they want to. But anyhow, the whole purpose of the video was to say that unfortunately, we live in a time where most of the commentary online is extremely negative. People find topics like this and they twist your words and they act like they can't understand what you're saying. They purposely lie and try to make you feel like you're saying something different than you are. If you aren't prepared for this type of commentary, my suggestion is to not be on the internet. My suggestion is that you should probably have tougher skin. It's not for everybody. Even if you're doing a cooking channel and someone sees your food, someone might comment and say, it looks nasty, it looks disgusting, I could do it better. It just comes with the territory. Some people in their soul are just negative people. They just need to attack someone else. And I understand this personally because I've been at a point in my life when I was younger and stuff, and I used to write comments on political commentary and stuff like that. As a matter of fact, just a few years ago, I had a channel where I talked about negativity on a regular basis, comment stuff happening in Philadelphia and stuff. And granted, it was fun for a while, and most of the stuff I was saying was absolutely true. The way that I was saying it and the way that I was spilling that type of commentary and the people that came to that channel, it was just pure negativity overall. And to be honest, it just ate away at my soul. So as I'm looking at some of these comments and people speaking about me not having a career, okay, apparently I don't have a career, apparently I don't have a job, I don't have a life and all these things. And that's okay. People are going to just comment. They're going to say negative stuff. That comes with life. When you become a public figure or if you post something online, you are susceptible to any form of criticism. And I'm no different than anybody else. Guess what? If a YouTuber goes 90 in a kid's school zone, they're going to get criticized. If a person buys a Switch when they say it's anti-consumer and then show it off to you, you're going to get criticized. If Fresh and Fit did what they did and told you not to deal with these type of women and they're exposed for dealing with these type of women, criticism comes. It just comes with the territory. But unfortunately, like I said before, there are always going to be people that really just take this to heart. Like they think they know the person or something inside of them triggers them to say something so nasty, so negative, and so evil that they feel like this is going to affect you. And as I was reading this, right, these comments, I kind of chuckled and was talking to my wife at the same time, because I'm just like, wow, like I've been at that point where I saw things as if I knew everything. I was the enemy, or not with the enemy. I'm sorry, my ADHD is kicking in. When I meant to I'm trying to articulate it in a certain way. I felt like my opinion mattered more than anything else, and I wasn't willing to listen to anybody else's opinion. But once I, again, found my faith and I realized that, you know, by looking at what everyone has to say to a certain extent within reason and not adopting their ideologies, I was able to look at where they're coming from. And I get it. You don't like the fact that I'm speaking about this particular YouTuber. It's not an attack. I love his content. To be honest with you, people like Mudahar, and I think I said that earlier in this video, Louis Rossman, are necessary to speak about things like anti-consumer stuff. The Nexus, I think that's the guy with the long hair, the rock and roll hair. He does videos about building computers and stuff, and computer parts and what they're doing, and unfair practices. And I forget the guy's name, but I'm sure if you're in a tech community, you know who it is that I'm talking about. I apologize, I got his name incorrectly. He's a big YouTuber, so I don't watch a lot of his content, but I do watch some of it. But the point is, we do need people to speak about anti-consumer stuff, but at the same time, you need to watch who you follow, because a lot of times these same people are purchasing the things that they're telling you not to do. And it does look contradictory. What he did was contradictory, but he's a grown man. He's allowed to purchase whatever it is that he wants. He has 3 million subscribers. I'm sure he has his own private business, amongst other things. He does streams, gets donations, whatever. I don't know what the man does. I'm not his friend. He doesn't know me. And I'm not here to talk about the people that he knows personally, because some comments said that he's friends with a particular person. I don't know him. I've never met this guy, and I'm never going to meet this guy. The whole purpose of the video was to show that integrity matters in the business. A lot of times when you speak about EA, you speak about all these companies that may have had humble beginnings, they lost their integrity. They started doing things like putting ads in games and stuff like that. They're putting ads in the highest tier of Netflix and stuff. Companies are taking advantage of the everyday person. And it's okay to talk about these things and condemn these companies for what they're doing, because it is anti-consumer. But if you find out that someone that you support, YouTuber, whoever it is, even me, for example, if I start getting paid by certain companies, not saying that he is, or if I start speaking differently and started going with the companies, that means that my ideology changed. I could have been making more money and stuff, and it's okay to call that out, especially if you see it. This was not to attack the man's character as a whole. It's just that he's compromised. It happens. We all get compromised. All of us sin. None of us are perfect. Things happen in life. And, you know, if speaking about this triggers people this much, it means I'm definitely doing the right thing. And at the end of the day, if you want to call me homeless and a bum and a virgin and all of these things, that is absolutely untrue. That's okay, because at the end of the day, I'm not going to get offended at things that I know aren't true. You know what I mean? It's like, if I know that I have a job and a 401k and I'm a part of 32BJ, the union and stuff like that, and I have a secure job, even through COVID and other things, I'm lucky enough to not have to go through unemployment and go through all these things. I have a secure place to live. My rent isn't too much. I'm very fortunate to be in the position that I'm in when I look at it. Sometimes I'm unhappy, just like anybody else. Sometimes I think things aren't fair when people get stuff for free and they haven't done anything. But at the end of the day, I don't need to look at someone else's life. I need to reevaluate myself and look at why I feel the way I feel and why I comment what it is that I comment. So if you're out there and you're doing videos and you're receiving negative comments, it's just part of the game. It is what it is. You have to brush that off. You just have to keep editing, keep voicing your opinion. As long as you look at yourself and you're not doing it for spiteful reasons, you're perfectly fine and you should be right with whatever it is that you have to be right with. But at the end of the day, I didn't want to make this a super long video. I just wanted to kind of just show, like, yeah, this is the internet. These are the people. There's more bad than there is good in this world. There's a lot of good people, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of comments that I appreciate, that people that understood exactly what I was saying and understood that I wasn't attacking the man. Some people can't comprehend it. Some people just read or listen to a video, see a headline, and automatically post something negative and nasty long before they watch the video. And you know what? That's okay, because I'm not obligated to deal with that person, and you're not obligated to deal with me. You don't have to watch my content. Hopefully you do, because I do a lot of unboxings. But for the people out there, at the end of the day, it is what it is. And, you know, I appreciate all the traffic that come to the channel, even the negative, because it reaffirmed what I thought. It reaffirmed that some people have a cult following. that some people can't fathom someone else's opinion being different from theirs. It just comes with the territory, you know what I mean? And as you start realizing this and accepting that is going to be negativity in your life, just work around it. Try to find ways to push it to the side and just keep doing what you're doing as long as it's within reason, and you'll be fine. Anyway, I'm rooting for you. Like and subscribe like always, guys, and I will see you all in the next video. Till then, take care. Peace. And, if there's negative comments on this video, again, these are the type of people that live off of this. They want you to respond because that's all they have. Everything that you have, if it's a family, if it's children, if it's a stable life, if it's working to a career, working to a job, they hate and can't fathom that you're doing something that they're not. So they need to just bring you down. It is what it is. And if you interpret that video the wrong way, then may God help you. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, take care. Peace. Be safe.